Hello, this is Emily Gile's informative speech. All right. I'm giving an informative speech on traveling internationally. International travel has been quite popular among the young group of today's society, and it's fun and all to be spontaneous and just travel abroad to wherever you want to be, but we also have to be safe about it because the world is not the best place right now. So in preparation, you should prepare for international travel before you even decide or leave the country. A couple things you need to do is to know the currency exchange between your country's money and the country you are visiting's money, just to make sure you know how much money you are spending and you can make sure you are not getting ripped off while you are buying or purchasing food there. You should also check for hospitals because, as we know, accidents happen, and in case medical attention is needed, not all countries are up to the standard of the U.S. is, so you want to make sure that the medical care you're getting is safe and is being performed correctly up to the standard that you have lived in. And you should check the vaccinations that you need to have up to date when you're traveling somewhere because they are not the same as the ones in the U.S. and some may require more or could require less, but it's just safe to do that. You should also get your debit and credit cards approved because when you leave the States and you use it overseas, you could be charged interest for not letting your bank know that you have left. Also, if you lose your card, it may not be retrieved and you may not be reimbursed for your money, so it might also be a good idea to just get a prepaid card with a limited amount of money so that you don't lose all of your money if it does get lost. And then you should also think about if you go somewhere and you want to tip someone, is it socially acceptable in their culture to tip? Because from my experience, Egyptians love tips, they expect them. However, the Japanese do not like tips and they take offense to it. And you don't want to offend anyone whenever you are traveling abroad. That just puts a negative tone on your travel. And then you should learn simple please and thank yous, just so you can be a little more cultural and you're not just a dumb American walking around. You should at least know how to say please, thank you, and like where's the bathroom. And that is how you prepare. And then the next thing you want to learn is what are we going to do while we're in another country? You should look up big attractions in the country and find out what suits your fancy. What do you want to see? What do you want to do? And you should buy those tickets early because they do get expensive the longer you wait to buy them. And you don't want to just sit around or aimlessly walk in a country because it's either boring or you could get lost and you have no idea where you are and you don't speak the language, and that could just be a disaster. And so now you have what we're going to do and your preparation, and now you need to know what to pack. You should always look up early how they dress in that country because you don't want to stick out like a sore thumb if they dress very conservatively and you dress very liberally with your fashion, as we allow many fashions in the U.S. Not all other cultures allow many fashions. Another thing to look up and pack is the voltages that are used in different countries because they are not all the same as here in the U.S. and we all have different appliances we need to plug in and use and charge, and that would really suck if your phone died while you were overseas and you had no way of charging it. These are just a couple things you need to prepare for before you even go overseas or get on your plane. Another good tip is to always keep your passports on you like the one I'm holding. It proves that you are an American citizen, and it is a lifeline if you get into any trouble with the law overseas. And are there any questions? Yes.
What should you do if you get in trouble with the law in a different country?
Yes. So as I said, you should always keep your passport on you. It's your lifeline. But another good tip is to always know the embassy's number for the U.S. Embassy in a different country because they will be able to help you as they work with U.S. citizens and you are one. Any other questions? Yes.
What about cell phones? Do we need to buy new ones or can we use ours in another country?
Yeah. So cell phones the cell phone company is going to charge you if you're overseas, especially if your cell phone is on roaming. So you might want to buy a prepaid one there with a SIM card or just talk to your company about that.